Good evening. It is 8:10 p.m. and you were probably expecting me to do that live interview, but there has been unforeseen technical difficulties on the other end. And he's tried for around an hour to work them out. So it's going to have to be rescheduled. So now I'm on here with you all, and I hope you all do not mind. It is like rescheduled. Yeah, so I'm going to flip this around. If you were waiting for, let's find that. If you were waiting for this live, I don't even know where it went now. For that live video, it's not happening tonight. It is not happening tonight. Hello, Patty. Yeah, so the way I look at things, well, it wasn't meant to happen tonight. You know, it doesn't make me upset or anything because I believe everything happens for a reason. Yeah, everything happens for a reason, and it don't rock my world. It does not rock my world like that and cause it to quake. Yeah. Darn, that's okay, Mary Lou. You know, I've got my work glasses on, although I like these better. But I need to take these off because I can't really see the comments that well. But, you know, something exciting did come out on the timeline. You all hold on right there. I am going to get back with you. Oopsie. Now that's a lot better for me. Yes, good evening, Marzina. Yeah, something was posted on the timeline. If you have not seen it yet, if you have not seen this right here, a huge UFO interacted with the sun to avoid a powerful solar storm that was directed to Earth. Okay, that was back in September when the observatory shut down. And if you click on that link, it takes you to this this site, newsintact.com, Alien Star. Yes, Gina is going to be on here with you all tonight because I don't want to let you down. But see, I'm still happy. I am happy. Okay, yeah. No, Rita, honey, you did not miss it. It is not happening tonight because it wasn't meant to happen. Okay, so and perhaps another time to be rescheduled. Okay, but yeah, and we're gonna flip this around. So Alien Star, this right here, a UFO interacted with the sun to avoid a powerful solar storm directed at the Earth, and that was published on April the 8th of 2019. Hello, Karen Piscopio Dillon. And you know what? With this huge, powerful solar storm, that was back in September when I first put my lens on my camera, trying different lenses, different colors, and that's when I saw those objects next to the sun. And if you clicked on that link, right here, that was this video was done by UFO Mania. If you click on this link, it tells you what happened.
Extraterrestrial object interacted with the sun to avoid a powerful solar storm, or solar flare, directed to Earth. NASA, as they watched the scene unfolding in front of the sun, thanks to images received from space probes, Soho made the decision to close the 6 solar observatories around the world, so that no one witnessed what was happening.
Can you all see that? Because I haven't watched it yet. I have not watched it yet. But it was done on UFO Mania, and we're gonna flip this around. You can't hear it. Oh well, the reason you can't hear it is because I had my headphones on and I was the only one hearing it. No. Yeah, you're gonna hear it. Yeah, this was done by UFO Mania, and this video right here. We're gonna shrink this down. If you go to the YouTube channel of UFO Mania, that video right there has 330,247 views for that one right there, okay? It has a commercial on it, but we're not going to watch that commercial. Yeah.
This is suggested by some experts. UFO City, an imminent solar storm. On September 11th, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration,
that's me.
NOAA, issued an alert for the imminent arrival of a G2 level solar storm, and came a few days after the National Solar Observatory.
No, I can't get that off me! I cannot get this off of here! You know what on earth is happening?
face is on here and I cannot get this. Stuff off of here. It's not. How do I get this off of here? I can't get this stuff off of here. No, I don't know what's happening. I don't want this on here. Can someone please tell me how to get this? How do you get this off of here? I never liked things like this. I never liked this. Mother, when I don't know how to get this off of here. How do you get this off of here? How do you get this off of here? I'm gonna have to do this by myself. Because I don't know what's happening. Can you get that off of there? No. This is not good. This is not I've got to get this off of here. No, I don't want to. I don't want to do this right here. I'm going to bring somebody in here and see if they're going to get under like this. No. No. They have to do it. Because I cannot get this off of here. No. No, it's not. Ready. I want to just leave this thing right here. Oh, no. I can't get the ass off here. I cannot get the ass off of here. I don't like this stuff right here. Somebody tell me how to get this off of here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to find a place. I'm going to try to end this. Wait. Now I ended it. I have never in my life ever done that right there. You can hear me now. I don't know what these buttons are. I am fine. I am fine. Oh my gosh. This is not, well, guess what? This message is coming out and I don't know how. I don't know how that stuff came on there like that because I would never send that faces like that to anyone. Put on, oh my gosh. Now, that is, it was, I don't know how I got it off of there. Woo! That's exactly right. Now listen. Well, Rhonda, it was a little bit funny. Donna, the other party. Joy, I don't know what happened. I do not know what happened. All I know is I was trying to push this flashlight thing came on, and I was trying to push that off, and then all of a sudden this whatever thing came on and put this funny things on me. Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't like it because I don't like that big long thing coming out of my mouth. I would not, because that is so silly. Well, now I know what it feels like, and I did it in front of the whole world. You're welcome, Sharon Martin O'Keefe. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how I got it off of there. Oh my goodness. Thank you, God, for helping me get that off of there. But anyhow, yes, you got a good laugh. I got a good laugh. That woke me up. But anyhow, this was the observatory shutdown right here. This is what happened. Let's see this. This is, I don't even know what it's doing. Now that won't play for me. don't even know how this got muted. My sound got muted.
Gigantic and metallic object
Oh, here
next
I
to the
am.
sun? Is this one of the reasons for the evacuation of the solar observatory in New Mexico? Gina Maria Colvin Hill made this astonishing discovery. Here is what she says. September 12, 2018, 8:22 a.m. Salem, Indiana. I have a little more pictures on the left side of the egg-shaped object and all the ships. Are there more things of spiral/frequency attached to the planet/spacecraft? The photos are on my timeline. See some images below and click on them to enlarge. Are we facing a gigantic mothership?
I'm ready to take the next step. I know
So
this
you
career
all
path
saw
won't be
that.
easy, but it's
I
worth
didn't
it.
had no idea that my
Please visit Gina Maria Colvin Hill Facebook page for more information following a link below this video and draw your own conclusions.
Well, I went out there and I took a picture facing the eastern sky with the sun rising. And I was able to pick something up, and I was able to see what was to the left of the, I'm going to turn this around, the left of this. And look, we've got more things right here. More of this. And more ships. There's that little frequency thing right there also. I'm going to turn up this volume. Well, there's that frequency thing right there. Yeah, but these ships, they're in like a different formation. They're all over. Are you all seeing that? That was back in September. It seems so long ago. And we can see that they are clearly ships. They got this black stuff on them, but I thought that was pretty neat to see more of these things right here on the side of this object, whatever this is, this egg shape and all these ships. This was the best photo that I had that had the most detail in it, but I posted these on my timeline, and I tried to get a picture of all the ships that were around it and stuff, and there's gobs of ships out there. It is dark and gloomy to look at these things. One picture, and I've included the original page for being my friend. I'm sorry I cannot. So yeah, I don't know if you all remembered that, and I had no idea that my photos that I had taken had made their way around to the places that they made them. Yeah, I had no idea at all. So if you're just tuning in, I was just showing part of the video, a UFO that was shared by UFO Mania back in September 18th when the observatories shut down. My voice is different too. Well, that was, I promise you, that was me. And I was letting my hair go gray, and I thought, now that I look at it, I don't like my hair gray like that. Of course, it is gray now, but yeah. Yeah, you're very welcome. And if you're just tuning in, I started off showing this video. I was supposed to do a live video with a Center of Light, but they got canceled because of technical difficulties. Yeah, so now I'm on here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So if you want to see Gina in a way that you've never seen her before, you just tune in to the first part of this video. You want to do a replay. You want to watch that with these little Snapchat things got stuck all over me. Pink rabbit ears and like a rainbow thing coming out of my mouth. I don't even know how it happened. Yeah, hola. Hola, buenas noches. Yes, hola. So yeah. So yeah, yeah, I wanted to show that, and then somehow the Snapchat came on. And I'm not even setting up my big computer. My big computer's over here. That's my desk right there, and here I'm sitting here with my laptop. And hello in New Jersey. Does anyone want to come on here and tell about a UFO experience that they had? Anybody want to come on here? Because Gina will push that button. Hola, Armando Enriquez Loya. Hola. Yeah, Marzina, it's a good laugh. I'll probably laugh when I watch it. I'd never in 1,000 years do something like that because that is not me. But it was me for a moment in time. Yeah. Well, I didn't like it that short now that I look like it. Yeah. Um, Hello from Russia. Hola. Pierre Amari. Well, I was going to show this this article that was shared on the it was shared on April the 8th on Alien Star. They had just wrote it, and they published it. They brought it back out. A huge UFO interacted with the sun. They brought that back out, and now you have to ask yourself, why did they repost that? Since it happened of September of last year, why did they repost that article? Is it because that we have a Space Force now and that they're showing the black hole and stuff? Because I find it very strange that they would repost that, but they did. And I don't know about this black hole. And my friend once told me recently, she goes, what if what we've been taught about the black hole, how it like sucks everything in, what if it's allowing things to come in with the black hole? Hello. Yeah. You will. We're going to bring Kev Robinson on this, on here. We'll see if Kev will come on here. I'll push that button to bring him on. Hello, Kev. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Oh, I'm very good. Do you got something to talk about?
Sure. Well, around 2 years ago, well, I have two incidents. Um, I'm 40. Well, I'm about to be 46, and I never really got into the UFO or anything like that. But 2 years ago, I was working at the car lot, and we was wrapping up for the day, and it's probably around four of us there, and I was inside the office, the sales office, and something told me to go look out the window. So I went over and just looked out the window. It was probably around 7 at night. It was summertime, so it was still light out. You could still see pretty good.
Yeah.
And some told me to go to the window. I was compelled to go to the window. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh. Oh, I can hear you. I'm just trying to get my little tripod
Yeah.
right here.
So yeah, I was compelled to go to the window. So I went to the window and compelled, and I don't know why I was just compelled to go to the window and look up. And I did that, and I looked up, and some told me to look in the direction that I did and everything. And I said, and I saw something in the distance, and as soon as I saw it, I turned back to everybody and I said, "You want to see a UFO?" Just saying it.
Yeah.
And so I looked back, and I looked at it again, and it was probably, I'll say, a mile. Even if I can see a mile, I don't really know how to do distance things from the sky or whatnot. It was pretty far away, but I said, I looked at it again, and I was like, man, it does look kind of weird.
Yeah.
And as soon as I said that, the thing moved so fast. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen anything move like that fast in my life, and how it moved. No sound. even though I was looking through glass, some of the windows were open in the lot, and it just moved like it was on water almost, you know, like through the air almost. It didn't move right, and it moved so quick, and it was up, and we're across the street from a gas station, and it moved right above the gas station across the street, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, look at this, and it was a girl in the office, and she came over and she looked up, and I said, please tell me you see this. I said, do you see that? And she was like, yeah, what is that? I said, okay, she sees it. And I was like, I don't know. I said, but it was far in the distance. Now it moved up really fast. And she was like, yeah. I said, it's just sitting there. And she said, yeah. She said, it seems like it's looking at us. And when she said that, chills went through my body. I was like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? And so when she said that, I said, yeah, it does. It did seem like that. So I moved around I moved around the window so it couldn't see me. And the people were laughing, and they thought that we were joking. But we weren't joking at all. And I looked back and I said, wow, look at that. So I said, man, I need to get a picture of this. So I said, we need to go outside and get a picture of it. So we went outside, and when we got outside, it had moved over the lot and took off.
Really?
But yes. And when I say the size of this thing was the size of like a minivan.
A minivan.
Yeah, it was big. It was big.
What
And
color
it had
was it?
red and I just remember red and blue lights. It was a red and blue light on it.
I seen something like that too when I was little. The same type of lights you're talking about, and they were big. And it does like hover there, and then food's gone. That's really strange.
It was big. It hovered over that gas station. It was the size of a minivan. I didn't know if it was military or not. I thought it was a police. You know, I was like, is this like a military drone, or police got something that they're testing out for? You know, and in the area I'm in is like Michigan. I'm in Michigan. Yeah. So we're in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and it's nice areas. And I was like, is that a drone? Because I was like, I didn't know that they were that big, you know? Yeah. This thing was big. It was like a minivan, like almost a minivan and a half. But it was just, and it just sat in the sky. So the next day I went across the street to the owners of the gas station, because they got a car lot also. And I asked them, I said, do you guys got a drone? Do your sons have drones? Because they got a lot of toys over there. And they was like, no. And I said, did you? I said, man, I seen something fly over the thing, and we see, you know, and it was just very, very odd. It was a very, very odd. And so that got me to thinking, like, man, I don't know what. It was just weird. I've never experienced anything like that. You know, I don't know if it was military or I don't know, but I know it was the way it moved and the way and the way it left. I've never seen anything like that. You know? Yeah,
and it's not normal. It was none of ours that we know about.
And it had red and blue light. It had a red and blue light. That was very distinct. Yeah, that was very distinct. So, and another thing is odd to me. When I look in the sky, it made me look up more. Yeah. You know, because I said, man, it seems like that we're really they got us looking down in these phones a lot, which is a good and a bad thing. You know, a lot of people don't look up. So it made me look up more. It made me look up more. Yeah. And I do notice these sun dogs a lot. Mm-hmm. These so-called sun dogs.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
I see them almost every day, you know, even in the summer. It's very odd to me. It's very odd to me. So.
Yeah, and that makes you think what's going on, right?
Yeah, it does, because, you know, I'm an artist. Been in art all my life, had an art scholarship, didn't take advantage of it, but yeah, I'm an artist. So, and I draw and I paint watercolor landscapes. So I've always looked at nature, you know, and things look a lot different to me. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. If it's because of the things that they've done industrially, or if it's, you know, they've kept things from us, a veil's been lifted. I don't know, but It is. It is. It's a different world.
Yeah. Well,
It's a
I sure
different world,
thank
and
you.
things are in the sky that I don't know, that I don't think that should be there or
Yeah.
wasn't there
That's a very,
before. Man, those stars that you put up, I've
yeah.
seen those. The one that blinks a lot, that has the geometric shapes in it and the
Yeah.
patterns. That
Yeah.
man, I was like, man, these things have always been there. I don't know.
Now let's talk about that star, okay?
Yeah.
Have you like when you talking about when I do a close up of it and it moves around? Have you seen those ones that I've done?
Yes.
Okay, and did you see the one where it had like looked like a big old claw that came across it, like stick like things? And I thought, surely I'm
Yes.
not in the tree branch. You remember seeing that video
Yes.
where you see these like a shadows going across? It is kind of creepy looking, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay. I saw a picture that someone has shared with me. They've cut images on top of the moon, like, and there are these huge, I know this is going to sound silly to people, but there are huge, it's like a huge insect like thing with legs and stuff draped over the top of the moon in this picture. And this is a real picture. And I thought, now, wait a minute. That would explain how those look like stick-like things, that big old claw that came across that star that was up in the sky, because
Right.
it's like this giant insect. And then my friend said, well, Gina, if they are insects, if they fly, they got to land somewhere. They can't fly all day. They got to land somewhere up there in the sky. But, you
They,
know, it kind of ties in with that shadow going across those stars because it's so creepy. And it could
it
have been the
is.
legs or something like that.
And have you researched different stars and what they appear, what they're supposed to look like? Because I've never, man, it's like what they told us what they are, they don't seem to be. If those are
That's
truly
exactly
stars,
right. Yeah.
they don't seem to be that. And
No.
like I said, man, I love nature. You know,
Yeah.
I've painted nature my entire life. So the things I'm seeing now is not what I've seen as a child. Like I said, I'm 46. I'm not that old, but I'm not that
Yeah.
young. So yeah, these are new things, or like I said, are have they always been there? I'm not understanding.
Yeah. Had they always been there and we ain't never noticed them, or we never even had the inclination within us to notice them or even want to notice them even more?
And then yes, because it's people that's still my age and they've looked surprised, and I'm like, why is everyone? If this is such a normal thing, why is everyone so shocked at it?
Yeah. Yeah. It don't make sense. It's all sounds kind of strange, don't it?
It does. It
Like
does.
too,
It
it
does.
sounds
People
like it's
that
science fiction, but it ain't. It's
Yes,
real.
people that love nature, live there all their life in nature, that looked up at the stars, are saying it's not the same.
No, it's
And
not.
it also seems as if the seasons has shifted also.
Yes.
I'm an April birthday. All my life, coming up, I remember nice sunny birthdays. Now
Yeah.
it's snowing on my birthday.
Yeah.
So it's like something's going on.
Mm-hmm. And it's going
So
to continue to go on. I think we're going to
yes,
continue to see more things that are going to be kind of surprising to us that we thought, now, where did that come from?
that people aren't really, they don't want to believe it really.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
if it's man made or not, it's something going on.
That's true.
So yeah, just like I keep telling people, look up.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
thanks for
right.
your work.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. I thank you for wanting to come on here on the spur of the moment. I love it. I do.
Hey,
Now,
I see.
yeah.
I saw the notification and I was like, yeah, I got. Let's see what's going on. It's Sunday, I had to
Yeah,
see what's going
that's perfect. Because
on.
I was going to do the live interview, and then I thought, well, I guess I'll come on here and spend some time on the Facebook. And
Hey,
look, you came on here.
it was good to be. Okay, hey, thanks for your time.
Well, thank you. We're going to have to do it again.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Bye-bye.
God bless.
You too. Well, hello. Was that not exciting? I love it. Yeah. Um, Julian Braga, would you like to come on here and tell us about these alien ships that are inside the ultraviolet and infrared spectrum? Because we would love to have it. Julia. Let's see if Julia would like to come on here and tell us about the alien ships working inside the ultraviolet and infrared spectrum. Gina is pushing this bring on camera button. So don't be surprised if you get a bring me on the camera. And if you don't look all right, if you feel I can't go on there, that's fine. I understand. I totally understand. But I do believe that those ships are like, it does make sense to be inside of an ultraviolet infrared spectrum. And they can only be seen with infrared devices or special cameras like we have. Well, that's okay, Julia. We'll catch you another time, but thank you for that input on there. Yeah. Oh, you watched about 28 minutes of a live video from that guy whom was going to interview Jody? Oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, Jody. I do not. Yeah. Does anyone else have any sightings about a UFO that they would like to share with us while we're on here, while you got me on here? Because tomorrow starts my work week, and my postings are going to go way far down. Waiting on me to come on, Jody? You've got to be kidding. Oops. Jody, waiting on you to come on. Well, I seen a call at 8:08. It got rescheduled. It did. So I didn't get any more of that, and I don't think I seen an instant message on my Facebook. Let's look and see. No, I don't have any more instant messages. Oh yeah, he was interviewing me, but there was technical difficulties, so I didn't come on. Joni. I want to see if Joni Trots Ippolito wants to come on. Yeah. Joni Trots Ippolito. You know, it may be really late at night for some people on here. It really might. Joni Trots Ippolito. Well, would someone else like to come on here? I've had 2 people decline me because I just pushed that button. If you would like to come on here and tell about your UFO experience, because you've never told someone before, or that's okay. That's okay. We are totally understand if you are sick. That's quite all right. Yeah, that's okay, Joni. Yeah. Yeah. Joy Bagley, do you have something that you would like to share on here? Any experience of UFOs or strange phenomenons in the sky that seem unexplainable? Yeah, anyone else? I want to friend whoever went live. Joseph Lamb, you want to friend somebody who went live? Yeah. Yeah, you all waited. I'm sorry you all waited. Oh, you're interested. Okay, we have people on here who are interested in hearing stories that people have concerning UFOs. And concerning that red and blue UFO, I also saw that when I was a child in elementary school, in my backyard, right in the backyard, right behind my house in the sky. And it was not very high up. It was probably about the size of a I would say not a 2-story building, maybe a 6-story building up there in the sky. You know those big towers that have the big telephone lines or wires that run all through them at the top of those metal towers? That's about how high up the red and blue lighted UFO that I saw, and they were circular lights and they were big. I saw that when I was in elementary school. I probably was in like the 1st grade or so, in my backyard. And I remember one time running a Good Morning Masami Yamazaki. I remember going down to this older elementary school just down the road, and there the blue and red lights were there too in the sky that night. But we saw them in the sky that night once we had went and pulled this steel plate off of this elementary school, and there was these steps that descended down, and there was this room underneath the school. The school had a basement, and we never could understand, if the school had a basement, why during tornado drills were we not allowed to go in the basement? But we found this steel plate and we moved it, and there were steps that were going down, and there was a door, and the room was lighted, and we looked in the door, and there was this man in a Santa Claus suit hanging on a hook on the wall. And I'm not lying. That's what it looked like to us. It could have been a Santa Claus suit with a man with a Santa Claus face or something. But we ran up those stairs. We closed that steel plate, and we started running home from that elementary school. It was Pleasant Ridge Elementary School. It has since now been bulldozed down. But also during that time, it was getting dark, and there was those blue and red lights up there in the sky, UFO. I remember seeing that, and I remember running as fast as I could from it. That was in Charlestown, Indiana. Yeah. But that was the first time I saw the red and blue lights in my backyard and on my way running there. And you know, and let's talk about the men in black too. I saw them. I saw the man in black when I was a child. They do exist. On my way home from school after we moved, I guess I was in the 3rd or 4th grade, I would walk through the woods and come down this hill and walk through the woods, walk across this creek to where there were cliffs and a little waterfall coming out of it. I just loved that. It was so peaceful to go down through there on my way home. And then one day there was a man in black. He was tall and he was slender, and he had a black coat on, black pants, black hat. There was a car. There was an old, I don't know what the car looked like, but he was standing there looking at me because that was the route I would go, right there in my path. And it looked like he had a cigarette in his hand, or smoking it or something, or a cigar, I don't know, but he was standing there. And I remember I probably got maybe 50 yards away from him, and I saw him, and I paused for a second, and then I took off running as fast as I could across the creek right near the road, and I went up through these apartment complexes, and then I ran all the way home from the sidewalk. I didn't go through the woods anymore because of that man in black. I always walked home the other way. So they do exist. And I remember my grandmother, when my mother would go get her, when we lived in Charlestown next to the Pleasant Ridge School, Jonathan Jennings School, on I think it's Kenwood Avenue or something. I don't know what the name of it was, by the public library there. My grandmother would come there, and she was always scared outside. She did not want those men in black come with those black cars, because they were following her. She said the people with the black cars were following her. And my mom always thought it was strange, and we do too as a child. Why is my grandmother talking about this craziness, these black cars and these men in these black cars trying to get her? But my grandmother would always talk about that, and she was afraid. And then years later, my mother, after she moved, when I say years later, probably around 10, 15 years later, my grandmother had been in a nursing home, and my mother would bring her out to come home for the holidays. And one holiday, she went to get her, and my grandmother was terrified. She was absolutely terrified. My mother got her in the wheelchair. She wheeled her out to the car because my grandmother was apprehensive, but she made her way to the car, and she looked around. She thought she was going to see those men in black. That black car. She was literally terrified to even get in my mother's car and come over to our house, even though we assured her that there are no men there, There are no black cars that are going to be following her. She was so terrified. She had my mother take her back into that nursing home. She never did go back out because of that. And I know that there are people who have seen those men in black, and they're not crazy. So if you hear someone talking about a man in black, these black cars and stuff, they're not just saying that. That is real. That happening. Those people exist. Yeah. I don't know if there's anyone else on here who has stories about these black vehicles, these men in black. That's okay, Julian Braga. Um, yeah, that is quite okay. I can talk. I can find something to talk about. Yeah. And if there's someone else on here who would love to, how many men in black were there? Were my grandmother? She remembered probably around 2 or 3 that she was speaking of, but she always, every time, it never failed. Even when she was willing to go out, she was afraid of those cars, those black cars following her. And I was a child. I didn't think anything of it. And I didn't even remember, it didn't even dawn in my mind that I had saw the men in black uh, in the woods. It did not dawn on me until like this past year that, hey, I saw that too. Yeah. You saw the face of the men in black, but not cars. Yeah. I flipped that around. I didn't mean to flip it around, but I did. Joey Bagley, yeah, from Charlestown. That's where I saw it. And I know I'm not the only person. I know there's people on here, both young and old and middle age, who have seen and experienced the same thing. Okay, there are. I know there are. Hello, Sally Furuga. Joy, my brothers and sisters, I don't know if they've seen them. I've never spoke to them about it at all. I haven't. I really didn't. And I think you are right, Ellerin. At Meherkfa, they do detect those of the light, because my grandmother was a very peaceful, loving woman, very humble. Yeah. Hello, Robin Goebel. Does anyone want to come on here and share their story about seeing a car? No one's going to make fun of you. They're not. But the more we get these stories out, the more other people will be able to tell their story, and they'll realize they're not alone, okay? We can help support and encourage one another. We can. Miriam Cristina Alves Marascai, I don't no habla español. De qué? De qué? No hay de qué. No, thank you. Parce que está hablando. Oh, she's saying, no, thank you. I don't know. Yeah. If I could read Danielle Henrique, Ferreria Henrique, and I don't know what you're saying. What does my daughter think about all the UFO actions? She is interested in it. She'll look at the pictures when I show her, but it's not for everyone, because people have their own interests. This just so happens to be my interest now. You have a story to tell, Carmen, but you'll tell it another day in short format. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Oh, is there anyone on here who has lost time that they would like to speak of? Lost time? Any lost time? Buenas noches. Yeah, buenas noches. Yes. Does anyone want to talk about lost time? If you want to talk about lost time, I will push that button and bring you on here. And we can hear about your lost time, because I've had lost time myself when I was 9 months pregnant, coming back from California. Yeah. Mary Marcella Carroll. Of course, when you drink, you're going to have lost time because you're not going to remember. Yeah. And if there's any Spanish-speaking people on here or in that type of a language, if you see somebody on here writing something in a different language that I don't understand and they're not being too nice, let me know and we will delete them or block them. Yeah. And if okay, I was telling about my lost time, and when I lived in the Monterey Peninsula in Monterey, California, I was 9 months pregnant with my daughter, and I had went to visit my sister-in-law who lived yeah, who lived in California because my brother was stationed at a naval base there. I had went and drove there. It was only like a couple hour and a half, 2 hours and a half away from me. So I went there and I had lunch and I left her house around 1:30, and then I started making my way back. I may have got halfway home and I forgot my military ID, and I knew I had to turn back around and go get it. So I did. And by this time it was like maybe 2:30, and I started driving home in my vehicle, and it started getting dark, and all I remember is I got lost. I was trying to find my way home. I got lost. I remembered I was on Highway 101, and I was going around Highway 101. I was going around this mountain because the road curves around the mountain. And the next thing I know, I see these big old bright lights coming toward me. This big old bright lights coming toward me. And all of a sudden, my hand's on the wheel. I'm thinking I'm going to have a wreck or something. I'm going to go off the edge of this mountain. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened. And I turned, and then I didn't fall off the edge. I just kept on going. But that's all I remember. And by the time I got home, it was 10:30 at night. 10:30 at night. And my husband said, where have you been? Your mother has been calling. My mother was in Indiana. Everybody's been worried sick about you. My sister-in-law was out looking for me. Nobody knew where I was. I said, well, I left around 2:30. I got lost. He said, for 4 hours you got lost, Gina, or 5 hours? Because I didn't get home till 10:30 at night. I said, well, yeah, I got lost. But that was my missing time on Highway 101. Anna Saez, you saw one? Anna Saez, you want to come on here and tell us about the UFO that you saw? You can if you'd like. Oh, Miriam is from Venezuela. You need to translate to English, yeah. Yes, okay. Whoopsie. Hola. Hola, Santos Fabrico. Ana Saez, we want to see if you want to come on camera to tell us about your UFO that you saw yesterday. Oh, that was a fast decline. That's okay, because you know what? I can still smile, and it doesn't hurt my feelings. It really doesn't. That's the good thing about me. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Yeah. Miriam Christina Alves maybe say she have pictures for you. Okay. Yeah. That's all right. Oh, due to the inability. Okay, Carmen. Well, it's around 9 o'clock, so if anyone doesn't have anything else to say, I'm probably going to just end this video because, well, I'm running out of things to talk about myself. I am. Yeah. If there's anyone who wants to get any information out there for everyone watching, you're more than welcome to come on here and share it. Thank you, Marzina. Let's look at the sky. Let's see this. we can look at a video. I wish the star was out tonight. I wish the star was out tonight so we could see. I'm going to zoom up on this because look, it got a lot smaller like that, but this was in the sky in Henryville, Indiana. You can see this. It is clearly a craft in the sky right here. I shared these pictures that I took at 3:56 p.m. in Henryville, Indiana. You can see the distinct features of a door right here. Yeah, it was funny, Carmen. Yeah, you can see the distinct features of a door right here, and this is in the sky. I was standing at the Marathon Station in Henryville, Indiana. And this was the color of the sky. It was blue, grayish, whatever. But I was able to take the photo. I turned it into a black and white. But this was up there in the sky. Oh, good night, Joy. And God bless you too. Oh yeah, this was up there in the sky. I'm going to show these. I'm going to show these pictures that were posted this evening before I came on here. Yeah, it is wild looking. If you hadn't had a chance to look at this. This was in the evening sky, late afternoon sky in Henryville, Indiana. And I've included the original photo in here. This was also in the sky. And see, it's clearly not a cloud. Okay, that is a UFO ship in the sky. And I had a little bit of hard time trying to take the picture because when I tried to zoom up, it got all blurry on me. It got flat fuzzy on me, and it didn't want to let me get a good picture, but I just had to keep trying. Well, thank you, Santios. But yeah, here is what the sky actually looked like. And you can see these things right here. These are, the white things are the UFOs. I know this looks like a pastel, but these white things are the UFOs that are actually up there in the sky. They're the white areas of the sky. They're all in the clouds right here. They're all in the clouds, and they do appear bright. You can see, even with this image like that, I'm just going to point these out. There'll be the bright areas in the sky, some of these UFOs. This is an actual photo, and it does look kind of pastel-y, but it is in the sky. I put it in a live video. Yeah, so if you are just tuning in, I was supposed to do a live interview, and then I got on here and I was going to show the video of the observatory shutdown, and Snappy Chat Faces came on here. Snappy Chat Faces and music came on here. And then you're talking about UFOs, and now we're down to here. Yeah, this is the original photo. You can see the one UFO right here, and then you can see the other UFO right here. I circled it for people who cannot see it. But here is the photo without anything circled in it, right here. So again, if you're tuning in, this right here was in the sky this afternoon in Henryville, Indiana. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about tired now. Thank you, Santos Fabrico. Well, I am going to have to say goodnight to everyone. And I will go out there and see if there's any stars in the sky. And I'd love to zoom up on it. I really would. Well, thank you, Marzina. You too. Yeah.